Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you were watching Boyd News. Well, thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some breaking news coming out from Ukraine to share with you. We've got reports that Russian missiles have struck Kyiv, okay, the capital of Ukraine. And also reports here, as you can see in the video, there was a children's hospital that has been partially destroyed due to these attacks. These missiles apparently hit the building and destroyed some of it. We've got rubble that has fallen. There's people that are trapped under the rubble, and some Ukrainians are trying to rescue the people that are stuck underneath the rubble. Very horrible attack. Many cities were actually attacked last night. I think the Russians launched around 30, if not more, missiles into Ukraine. And it was probably about maybe 10 hours ago from the time that I record this video that we started having reports coming out on X that Ukraine was expecting a barrage of missiles coming in, and their air defense teams were on high alert to prevent these attacks. Ukraine was saying they shot down somewhere around like 80% of these missiles. I'm not sure if that was correct or not, but I'll show you some reports that show that here in a little bit. But they're claiming that they shot majority of these down. Yet we had some of these missiles that struck inside of Kyiv, okay, and hit this children's hospital. So this children's hospital is where a lot of the sickest children from across the country in Ukraine are staying in here to recover from different diseases like cancer and hematological diseases, according to the information that I'm seeing. And around 7,000 surgeries are done at this location every single year. So this is a children's hospital that got hit. And I will say as well, we have some conflicting information coming out online. There's lots of reports stating that this was not Russian missiles that struck this children's hospital, that this could have possibly been either Patriot missiles or what they call AMRAAM missiles. Okay, these are AIM-120 missiles that are they are advanced medium range air to air missiles. So another type of air defense missile that could have potentially struck this. But we'll go over some information to kind of dive into this, and we will try to dissect this to see if we can figure out for ourselves exactly what happened here. But based on the information I'm seeing, to me, this looks like this was at least one Russian missile that struck inside of Kyiv. I don't know for sure if all of them were. Who knows? Maybe some of them could have been air defense missiles that maybe missed their targets and landed inside of Kyiv. It's possible, but based on the information I am seeing, it does look like this could have been Russian missiles. So we'll go over this together and kind of dissect it. So let me go ahead and get right into this. I've got a ton of information to show you here. So let's check this out. Ukrainian's children's hospital attacked as Russian strikes on cities kill at least 31. Okay, and this came out today on CNN. A Russian missile strike partially destroyed a children's hospital in Kyiv on Monday, causing terrified patients and their families to flee for their lives as officials fear more people could be trapped beneath rubble. Moscow launched a brazen daytime aerial assault on targets in cities across Ukraine during morning rush hour, killing at least 31 people and injuring 125 others, according to Ukraine's emergency service. In an update on Telegram, the emergency service said the latest figure included the number of dead and injured in the capital, which now stands at 20 people dead and 61 others hurt. 2 people were killed and at least 10 were injured in the strike on Kyiv's Okhmadit Hospital, which I believe is the children's hospital. I don't know if I'm saying that name right, but that's the name there. The facility is Ukraine's largest children's medical center and has been vital in the care of some of the sickest children across the country. Every year, around 7,000 surgeries, including treatments for cancer and hematological diseases, are conducted at the hospital, according to Ukraine's human rights ombudsman Dmytro Lubinets. Videos from the scene showed volunteers working with police and security services to sift through the rubble as smoke billowed from the hospital, as staff described how they tried to rush children to safety in the wake of the attack. Ukraine's health minister Viktor Lyashko said intensive care units, oncology departments, and surgery units have been damaged. The key task here is to get people out of the rubble and provide assistance to those we can reach, as we have already taken out all the first ones, he said in a Telegram post. The attacks were part of a rare daylight bombardment on Ukrainian cities, some of which are heavily populated areas far from the front lines. It came as a day before U.S. President Joe Biden hosts a crucial NATO summit in Washington, where new announcement over the alliance's military, political, and financial support for Kyiv are expected. So we've got a NATO summit here coming up very soon. And looks like most likely Ukraine will be getting more support from the West here very soon. We'll have to see what that is, but this is going to be definitely game-changing in the negotiations between the United States and Ukraine if they decide to give them more support, or we'll see what they do. But if this turns out to actually have been Russian missiles striking this city, this is going to be a big deal. Russia's defense ministry on Monday claimed that Moscow had struck military industrial facilities of Ukraine and air bases of the Ukrainian armed forces using long-range, high-precision weapons. Okay, so if they're claiming that they struck military industrial facilities, this if this really was a Russian attack, based on what I'm seeing, it most likely was, then this definitely was not military industrial facilities and Ukraine air bases, okay, of the Ukrainian armed forces. Definitely was not that. So we've got more information here that talks about the hospital strike. You guys can go ahead and check this out if you want. I will cite this down below if you guys want to read some more of that. But I've got some more things that I want to show you now. So let me go ahead and get this pulled up for you and we'll check this out. And we're going to go over some posts here on X and some other information from some other websites where I'm kind of comparing these missiles to see what it may have been that struck inside of Kyiv. So I've got this post here from Gabe. Says Holy S. This must be the biggest airstrike on Kyiv since the SMO, which is the Special Military Operation, started. Putin took the gloves off. Russia's going all in. So take a look at this 30-second clip, and then we'll talk about it.
Диви, Антоха, це диви. Пизда, Антоха, дивися, тупо жесть, нахуй. Гандони. Диви. Тупо що твориться, братан, дивись, тупо полетіла. Диви, вон ще одна полетіла. Єбать! Сука, підари! Диви, Антоха, тупо захуярила. Дивись, тупо все, Антон. Пизда.
Okay, so based on this video footage here, it looks like we've got multiple missiles hitting. I don't know how many explosions we're hearing there. It sounds like there could have been 4 or 5 or more. You continuously keep hearing them going off. And supposedly this area here somewhere is where this children's hospital may have been. This is definitely multiple missiles striking inside of Kyiv. So what do we know? We know that the Russians have recently come out and reported, I've done reports on this as well, that the Russians have said that at some point they will force Kyiv to surrender, okay? So if this really was Russian missiles striking their city and them showing that, hey, they can hit Kyiv if they really want to, this is proof of that right here. This could definitely force Ukraine at some point to possibly surrender if they continue to bombard Kyiv and destroy their own capital, okay? So I'm not sure exactly if that's what we're seeing, but very possible. So let me show you some other stuff here too real quick. So I've got this report here too from Vicegrad24, and it says, since the Russian online propagandists are claiming that it was an American Patriot missile or AIM-120, which is that other AMRAAM missile that I was telling you, the air-launched air defense missile that struck the Children's Hospital in Kyiv today, the picture clearly shows that it was a Russian KH-101, which is a cruise missile, with its characteristic turbofan engine in the back. So what he's talking about is this right here, this little blop right here. It's really hard to see because it's kind of blurry, but what do we see here? We see a long missile, right? And then we could see the wings right here in the middle. It's rounded on the tip, and then we've got a wing on the very top of it, and then we got a turbofan engine right here, right? You can clearly see that. I'm able to see that. So let me show you these real quick here too. So I've got this post here. This is a Euromaidan Press news alert here, a news update. And this shows this KH-101 air-launched cruise missile in a diagram here. And as we can see the same characteristics, okay? We can see these wings here on the side. Here's that turbofan engine on the bottom. We've got that wing on the top, just like I showed you, and then the wings on the bottom. So take a look at this. You can see the wings here on the side, and then the wing on the top, and then the turbofan engine on the bottom. That looks very similar to this, okay? I'm just saying that's what it looks like to me. Now take a look at a Patriot missile, okay? This is a Patriot missile launch. This is on the defense.gov website, and on this picture of this missile, right, there's no wings on the side. We don't see any wings. There is small wings on the back and the sides here, and then no turbofan on the bottom, like we see here in this picture. I mean, you can clearly see there's a turbofan there right there on the bottom, okay? And then look at this. This is an AIM 120 missile right here, okay? And it says that this is an AMRAAM Advanced Medium Range Air-to-Air Missile, okay? This is launched from an aircraft, like an F-35, I believe this is right here. And then take a look at this one. It looks very similar to a Patriot missile, okay? Maybe a little bit smaller. And it's got the same characteristics. It's got a few these wings here in the middle, and then a couple wings in the back. So it actually looks like it's got much less characteristics than here. This one's got no wings in the middle, at least from what it looks like here. A couple wings in the back, and then this one's got wings in the middle and then wings here. And then when we look at the KH-101, again, it's got that's the major piece that stands out here to me is that turbofan engine. And as we can see right there, it's right there in the photo, okay? And the shape of this, it kind of looks much more similar to this, okay? It's kind of flat on the sides. We can kind of see that here too. Kind of looks flat here on the bottom and then flat on the top. And it looks definitely much more like this to me than anything else, but I'm just kind of putting that together for myself. You let me know what you think down below. But I just wanted to show you that information to compare the different missiles because there is a lot of conflicting information coming out. So to me, it looks like a KH-101. Obviously, maybe we'll find out some more information whenever Ukraine is able to find these missiles, maybe the fragments on the ground, and figure out exactly what type of missile it was that was used. Maybe they may be able to find out that some of these could have been air defense missiles that accidentally missed their targets and ended up landing inside of Kyiv. That's very possible as well. It could have been a mixture. Who knows? But based on what I see with the information that's being given, looks like it could possibly be a KH-101. So let me show you this here as well. This is from Nexta, another video that clearly shows a direct missile strike on Kyiv. So let's take a look at this. It's a 14-second clip. We'll talk about it after. Okay, so this video was clearly able to capture some of these missiles coming in. You could see them as they freeze the frame right before they strike. And unfortunately, in this video, it's very hard to see what the quality of those missiles are, the characteristics. We can't really tell what they are. But regardless, missiles landing inside of Kyiv, a very terrible story. And lots of damage is going to come from this. And I'm sure there's going to be lots of lives that are lost, unfortunately, and many people injured. So next, let me show you this as well from Vladimir Zelensky. Okay, it says, Okhmadit Children's Hospital in Kyiv, one of the most important children's hospitals, not only in Ukraine, but also in Europe. Okhmadit has been saving and restoring the health of thousands of children. Now that the hospital has been damaged by a Russian strike, there are people under the rubble, and the exact number of casualties is still unknown. Right now, everyone is helping to clear the rubble, doctors and ordinary people. Russia cannot claim ignorance of where its missiles are flying and must be held fully accountable for all its crimes against people, against children, against humanity in general. It is very important that the world does not remain silent about this now, and that everyone sees what Russia is and what it is doing. So we've got a 30-second clip here as well from Volodymyr Zelensky, so let's take a look. Okay, so I believe the rest of this video doesn't have any sound, so we'll go ahead and pause it right there. So yeah, as we can see, this looks like this may have been the hospital that was struck. I'm not sure if this is the exact hospital building, but we've got rubble here from this building that has collapsed, and it does look like a hospital actually, because we can see we've got doctors standing out here. So this must have been the building that got hit here. There's doctors there in lab coats. We've got, unfortunately, blood on the ground. Looks like somebody was injured there. Hopefully they made it out okay. So very, very horrible, guys. Horrible attack here on this this children's hospital. So one last thing that I want to show you here real quick from Tim White. He posted details of the sickening attack launched by Russia in Ukraine this morning. 30 of 38 missiles were shot down. One Kinzhal Dagger hypersonic missile. So we had a hypersonic missile that was fired. Three of four Iskander missiles were apparently shot down. They did not shoot down a Zircon missile that was fired. 11 of 13 KH-101 cruise missiles, 12 of 14 caliber missiles, 0 of 2, so they didn't shoot down any of these KH-22 missiles, and 3 of 3 KH-59-69 guided air missiles. So according to the Ukrainian air defense team, they shot down majority of these, but some of them they did not. I haven't seen any reports of any other cities coming under attack. It's mainly Kyiv being reported right now, and it's most likely due to this attack in Kyiv with the children's hospital. So I just wanted to share this information with you. This is obviously a very devastating story and a huge hit to Kyiv, and it makes me wonder because I did that report not too long ago with Russia coming out and stating, I think it was somebody from their parliament, I can't remember his name, but he stated that the next proposal for Ukraine was not going to be a proposal for a ceasefire. It was going to be a proposal for an unconditional surrender of the Kyiv government. So I don't know if this is where we're going next. Are we going to start seeing Kyiv getting hammered now and becoming destroyed? I don't know. I don't know if Russia is going to be starting to get fed up here with this war, considering also that NATO is getting more and more involved every single day. At some point, I think Russia may become more desperate and start to do things like this. So you let me know what you think down below, though. Do you think that this was a Russian strike inside of Kyiv? Based on what I see, it looks like it may have been, but I'm going to wait for more information to come out, and maybe the Ukrainians can detect what type of missiles these were that actually struck in their city. But regardless, again, a very terrible day inside of Kyiv, and I'm sure these people are going to remember this for a very long time, and hopefully this war can end, and everybody can just live in peace, and both these countries can just stop attacking each other for once. And just let me know what you think down below. Share your thoughts, concerns, and opinions down in the comment section. That's going to be it for this update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope y'all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.